What's up, geeks? So this tutorial is all about the zombie from Minecraft. So I did a more realistic version of it. So I was inspired by a few different artists, and I'm going to link all the pictures that I was inspired down below, but people who drew characters in Minecraft more realistically. And I really want to do the Elderman because I feel like if I can make my arms look longer or something like that would be so freaking cool and creepy. But I'm going to link again everybody down below so you can see who I took inspiration from to create this. I don't want to take this off. I really don't want to take this off. The poopy part is I live in Chicago, and I kind of feel like I would go outside if I try to scare somebody and like get shot. So yeah, I can't do that, but I would really love to scare somebody. Nobody's home right now, so I can't do it. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not subscribed, so you'll be notified every single time I upload a video. And make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Giving it a thumbs up really helps my videos do better. So with that all being said, let's begin.
So this is definitely going to be a long tutorial. What you're going to do is you're going to mix together a light army green color. That's what I would describe it as, maybe a mint type of color, and you're going to use that as the base color for your zombie. Now the zombie in Minecraft, its skin is darker, it's more of a dark army green. I was inspired by a few different pictures that people created with these zombies looking more realistic, and in those pictures none of the zombies have that dark army skin color, and I can see why, because zombies usually when they're portrayed in either comics, cartoons, even like in The Walking Dead, they don't have like a dark army green color to them. So to make it look more like the zombies that you typically see, I went with a lighter color. Why is my phone ringing? Woohoo! For the base color of the shirt, I mixed together brown and green to create kind of like a muddied up dirty green color, and I use that as a base color for the shirt, even though the shirt is more of like a bluish color to me. So I'm gonna end up putting those elements in later on. I'm just using green as the base color. Now you're going to take a green that is darker than the two greens you just used, so it's just more like a true green color, and you use it to start painting on the main features and wrinkles, like the facial expressions that are on the zombie. So I created my zombie with an open mouth. I have to hide my nose to do this and my lips. So what I do is I take my paint, I just paint some wrinkles around the mouth, and then I create the opening of the mouth. I create wrinkles around the eyes, and then I outline my brow bone to make the zombie look more skeletal. You want to outline where your cheekbones are. You want to make features on your face look thin and wrinkly. It's best to stare at a picture while doing this, so that's why I'll have both pictures I was inspired off of linked down below. You also want to make sure you make the collarbone really stand out to make yourself look very skeletal. So you basically just outline where your collarbone is, and then you also want to outline the top of the shirt so you can differentiate between the skin and the shirt. After I've done that, I go in with a black paint and then a very dark green paint, so basically just mixing my black and green paint together, and I start outlining and detailing some of the wrinkles and the areas of the face where I want it to look more pushed in. So that would be like the eyebrows and areas around the mouth where I just want to make it look deeper. I also use it to outline the eyes because I ended up painting my eyes on. Now if you have contacts that you want to wear, you can go ahead and do that, but I just can't wear eye contacts, and it's just much cheaper to do it like this instead of buying contacts for every single look. So I just have a tendency to paint eyes on a lot. While you have the black paint out, you're going to use it to paint the nose where the bone is, and then you're also going to use it to paint the eyes. I chose to go with black eyes just because the zombie has two squares that are fully black as its eyes. You can paint whatever eye color that you want. Just make sure whatever you do, you leave an area clean on the eyeball where you can paint a little bit of white in that area to make it look like light is reflecting inside of the eye. Around the iris, you want to make it look really messy, so use your green and black paints. Just add a bunch of lines around there. It'll make it look more realistic. Then I just go back with my different colors of greens and black and just add more wrinkles and shading around the face. To paint that light in the eyes that I'm talking about, you're just going to use a white paint and just add little dots on top of the iris. It'll make it look more realistic rather than just black on top of the eyelid. After I did that, I mixed together a light green color. So you want it to be lighter than any green you've used thus far. I just used my green paint and white paint to mix this color together, and you use it to highlight the skin. You're going to be highlighting any areas you want to stand out or any areas that you really want to draw focus on. So you want to draw focus above the brows to make the brows look like they're more sunken in. You want to draw focus on top of the cheekbones to make those look more prominent and skeletal. You might want to highlight around some of the wrinkles to make those wrinkles really stand out, and on top of the collarbone to make that stand out and look more raised, so the black lines around and make the collarbone look more sunken in. Don't forget to highlight the top of the collar on top of the t-shirt, because this is going to make that collar look more lifted as well. So my dumb butt painted over the mouth. I should have never did that, so I had to take a makeup remover to remove the green paint that was in that area. Once I've done that, I mixed together a pink color similar to a pink gum color, and I used that to start painting on the gums inside of the zombie's mouth. There's going to be a lot of going back and forth with the black paint. So after you've got the gum painted on, you're going to take your black paint. You're going to use it to distinguish the line between the teeth and the gums. And then you're also going to create a black line that's going through the center of your mouth, so people don't notice the mouth. They notice the zombie's mouth rather than your mouth. So you're just using that black paint to hide it. After this, for the teeth color, I mixed together a light yellow color, just using yellow and white paint. With this look, while I'm painting it, you're going to see me go back and forth with the same colors a lot. So that's what I'm doing with the mouth right now. I'm going between using the pink to paint the gums, the yellow to paint on teeth, and then the black to outline the teeth, and then fill in the rest of the mouth so that you don't see my lips. Just a whole lot of back and forth. Now you're going to mix together a dark type of muddy pink almost. So it's not too red, and you're going to use it to define the gums. So you basically apply that color around the edges of the mouth where the mouth is opening up, and then you bring it down, blending it toward the teeth. So you're creating lines that are going above each tooth. So it looks like the root of the teeth. Bring that color around the nose as well. To define the teeth, just use a darker yellow face paint. So I just mix my yellow paint with brown paint, and then you just create lines going through the teeth. Not straight lines, you basically just blend it in. So a line and then make it blend and fade out, so it looks a little bit less harsh. And that's how you define the teeth. So they're just not this flat yellow color. You want to highlight the gums as well, so just mix together a lighter pink color and highlight the gums. Time for my favorite thing, shading. You're going to take a black eyeshadow and use it to shade. You want to shade below the cheekbone, so that makes the cheekbones itself look more prominent. You want to shade near the temples. Any area that you want to push back so another area stands out, you shade. You apply that on top of the eyes to make them look even more black. You just want to apply it like randomly around the face as well to make it look less like just a flat face painting. And then you want to shade the inside of the mouth to make that area look deeper than it is, so around the edges of it, so the center of the mouth is highlighted, which draws more focus to that area, and then the opening of it is shaded so it looks like it's actually going inward like a hole. Now I go back with the black paint and I use it to make the top of my head appear flatter and straighter. I didn't want to make my face look like a square by blacking out my skin, otherwise I would have had a very small head, so I just decided just to do that to the top. After that, I go back with the black paint and I shade a little bit more, and then I go back with the lighter green paint and I highlight a little more. That's what I mean by I went back with paints over and over again. Like, I would decide, hey, I want a little bit more of a highlight here. I want a little bit more shading right here. Just a lot of back and forth for this look, and that's why I keep saying that. And I don't want to describe every single thing that I'm highlighting and shading because it would take way too long, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. It just gives you a visual of what you would want to do. Mix together a tannish brown color and use that to paint on warts. You can add warts wherever you like. I added them to the forehead, near one of my temples, and then along my chin. At the home stretch here, we are going to go over the shirt now. So just get a blue paint and mix it randomly, like in the shirt. So you want parts of the green base to be showing through, and then you want parts that look a little bit more blue, and then parts that look like a greenish blue. So you have all these different tones to the shirt. So it looks cooler, honestly. It just looks cooler rather than just painting a plain blue shirt. That's the only way I can describe it, as cooler, but it just adds a lot of shading and highlighting, which you want for this look. And once I've done that, I use my black paint to create more comic book type of shading, and what that means is lines that are really harsh and black on the shirt, and this just makes it look like a comic book type of style painting. So treat the shirt like you do the face. You're doing lots of shading and highlighting. The only difference is you're adding blue to the shirt, and you did not do that to the face. So lots of shading, highlighting, using, like a light green paint, or even a white paint if you want to, your black eyeshadow. You want to make it look really dirty and rugged, like, it's been ripped to shreds. And then after you are done with the shirt, or painting the base color of the shirt and adding the shading and the highlighting, you're going to get a brown paint, and you are going to paint on like little the buttons that kind of loop through a hole. That's what I did, and you just use a brown paint to paint that. I added some stitching down the sides of the shirt as well, and then you want to take a light brown paint and you use it to highlight the buttons so it draws a little bit more attention to them. The sleeves of the shirt you want to shade using your black eyeshadow, so it makes the shirt look like it's lifted and raised above your arm. And then you want to highlight the collar the most. So basically you take your light green paint, and on the edges of the collar, the one going closer to the shirt, which is farther than the neck, you want to highlight those areas to make the collar look more raised as well, just like you made the sleeves look raised. Difference is you're highlighting on the collar, but you're shading where the sleeves are. Then you paint the hands and the arms the exact same way you painted the face. You apply your green base and you shade and highlight just like you did the face. There's no different way to do it. So that's it for the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. My dog is barking and my sister is yelling. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.